Hello everyone, I am M. Maheep, Faculty for Mathematics Optional. We are pleased to announce an open test on 26th December 2021. This open test is primarily for those who were long awaiting all these while, and this should be an eye-opener for those who really wish to get their footing in the examination. If they want to know where they stand in amongst their competitors. So not only it will help you to gauge your performance, but it also will help you to retrospect. So this could be a reflection on where do you stand in the paper. More importantly, ranking would be given that will give you a fair idea as to how you should prepare in the forthcoming examination. Now, many of you have asked that there should be an open test. We have already conducted the All India Test Series, which we had a very good response, and we were catering to those students. The questions were good as they told us, and here also we will try to do justice to what we have promised, and we take a lot of effort and rigorous understanding of UPSC pattern, and more so in some of the so-called difficult areas amongst the candidate. Now the point is that you need to take the bull by the horn, because in subject like mathematics, no matter how well you know, until unless you jot down on paper or you have that ability to write those things in 3 hours, that really set the tone for you. So it is incumbent on you to take such kind of test which is meticulously designed, scientifically catered to the UPSC demand, and that should really be in quite, I would say, there's no gainsaying the fact that practice is something which is quintessentially the paramount factor in mathematics optional, because we have always seen that students know quite a great deal of mathematics, but when it comes to juggling between 6 hours where you have to answer questions on say linear algebra, fluid dynamics, mechanics, static, or complex analysis, or all those chapters which so it's about not just mastering all subject one by one. It's about an average out, how you can really assess yourself, and how well balanced you are in your all these segments. So we also feel that testing is the ultimate part of the whole preparation series, but primarily there should be knowledge, and after knowledge there should be preparation mode in which you should be continuously evaluating yourself on the yardsticks amongst your peers. And many of the toppers have recommended our test series, and they have also taken up in last year, and these things really motivate us to come up with that, because even in classrooms what we focus is the quality, and when we try to achieve or strive towards excellence, what we are actually doing is that we may not be able to get into the pursuit of that excellence, but nonetheless we become less imperfect in that way. So every day we keep learning as regards all of these things, and it's not a mere rhetorics, because we have tried to believe in the idea of having a crystal clarity over memorization, because quite some time many students have felt that it's memorization, formula sheet, and writing down the test becomes quite mechanical in the whole pursuit of things. But the fundamental thing is that inherent concept that you try to understand, and this is not just the why of it, it's about how do we reach to an answer. There are many ways, or there are many paths through which we can reach to the answers. So when we are trying to reach to the answers, there are various methods. So all we try to do is that we try to follow a methodical approach. We try to follow an algorithm in mathematics. We try to follow some sort of well-structured, articulated guidelines or algorithms or flowchart, and that becomes inherent by practicing more and more. It's not quite fruitful if you just mug up the formula without really understanding how does that come. So it's about how, it's not just mechanical process, it's about how you try to compress your knowledge and be in control of what you know, rather than just going through a number of questions and their solutions, because this is one thing which I can vouch that is not going to work. in mathematics optional. What really works is the questions that you write, you practice at home, you take the test, you take our test, and because we design it with due diligence, we factor into what are the recent trend. We go back into the history of mathematics. We go to the questions which have been, quite a vintage question in the whole point of thing of to say. So we are trying to balance out everything. We are very much cognizant of what is the offing in the examination. We just try to how their psychology work, because every year the examiner may change. So our idea is not to go by hit and try, but our idea is to grab the bull by the horn, as I said, because until unless you do not get into the heart of the topic, and there are topics which really perplexes many students many a time, and they find no solution to that. But in mathematics we have seen such things really set the tone when you really try to diagnosis it from layman's perspective. Then you try to build structure upon structure, layer upon layer. And this is not just rhetoric, and we do not believe in rhetoric, because we never try to come up with any kind of videos and all, because we are always busy with the classes and the test and the students and their doubts clearance, and that also we are not able to do 100% justice. So I think first we should work on the grounds, on our feet, and then we should try to really reach out to quite a few of them, because many times many students have complained to us that we do not know about you, not much is advertised, not much is publicized. So our marketing strategy is not by the media or the digital for platform, or by all these glamorous, tacit and deceitful marketing propagandas, because we truly believe in the work ethics. We truly firmly believe that what we really do in principle, that we adhere to that. So it may be daunting for us, it may be challenging for us, it may be drain our energy, it really innovates us quite a time, but we know that this is the only way out. There is no shortcut either for the teachers or for that matter students. So we know this thing very well. So we do not much in the public domain, but primarily we believe that if some ex-student comes to us either for test series or classroom, we should be able to help them to get selected in the civil services. This is our primary objective, and which we try to really work on that. And those of you who have known us and how we do conduct things, because unless we do not have a robust worth ethics which is hinging on a transparent and I would say transparent and something of integrity, that what we try to deliver to you is speaks for us. We do not want to motivate you, we just want to inspire you as regards getting a good rank. So merely dreaming is not sufficient for us. Every day we have to toil work, and right in the right earnest we should be able to focus on the demand of examination. So not just about testing yourself, until unless you do not have that grasp of the knowledge, until you don't acquire those requisite knowledge, and it's not going to come easy, it's not going to come some handouts, some notes or something like this. It's a continuous process, and it's about an ability to learn constantly in the pursuit of what you really want to go. And there should be a fine boundary between what you should know already and what you should know in the examination, because quite sometimes many people get deviated, they get into the so much of passion on the subject that really forget that their ultimate objective is to get good marks. And definitely a fine tuning between a good knowledge base and recent trend. So we try to always help students to maintain a fair degree of balance in their preparation. And even in classrooms, what we do is that we teach a topic, then we do a class test after a week or for 2 units or so, and then we nudge them to do better and all those things. So what is already done in the class, we get to the depth of the matter rather than on the surface. Is because quite many students have complained they've gone in number of places and not worked for them. They have been left high and dry in this whole pursuit of the civil services preparation. So at the most I can do, and what I have been, because I was also a part of the whole process, I know the process, how it has worked and how it's working and how it doesn't work and what is this media glare and all of that. But ultimately in subject like mathematics, a lot of popular perceptions and what others tells you that is actually not true in the whole thing, and I would say not true completely, because people say it from their vantage point, and a lot of things are there, so I do not want to comment on those things. But primarily, I know that sometimes many general students, or I would say that ordinary student, or who have so much of hard work and patience, they get disillusioned, they get disenchanted in the whole process. They are very much with negative energy. So we try to bring in a new lease of life for those aspirants who have really lost hope, and we really work very hard on that. We try to help others. We built on a very optimistic note, and these are not rhetorics. We try to do it, and always do it in we believe in action rather than having those gimmicks of promising this and that, this marks and those that. So there's no royal road to success, no royal road to learning. All you need to do is try to surmount this mountainous, humongous mountain of mathematics optional, bit by bit, one by one. Take one topic, take an arduous topic which you find, come to the class, do test, do questions, do what we do in the class, and all of these things. So this not that you have been perfectly you prepared, and one fine day you just write an open test and you become brilliant and get into it. There are a lot of hand holdings that is required if you are not able to do, because there are very thin layers and thick layers in this optional subject, and which you may not be able to understand the depth, because in surface it might look formulaic, but there is no magical formula or no magic charm in mathematics. So all you need to do, you need to go by the process. You need to follow the procedural law. The rule of law has to be adhered to, because it's an objective paper, and where is objectivity, nothing matters rather than just the perfect accurate answer. And how do you reach that answer? That is the second question. First question is whether you have done it right or not. Accuracy is paramount, that is non-negotiable in a mathematics subject. But after that, how do you reach to that? How cleanly you have done the questions? That will really impress the examiner. Okay, so the whole thing about this that you suddenly write a test and you become a topper, that's not the thing. You need to understand the grilling process, that how one goes through that metamorphosis is very important, that how a caterpillar is converted into how a larva is catapulted into a butterfly. So that metamorphosis has, that journey has to be done by you. All we can do is we can do hand holding, we can tell you these are the things that you need to do, we can do questions for you, we can help you understand, we can take up your doubts. But just writing tests without preparation is just it's like jumping from a 21st story without any parachute. So that's the story of many students. We all often understand and try to hear from their part, but you need to understand that there is a process, there is a procedure, there is a mannerism, there is a protocol which you need to follow. Unless you are not doing that, somewhere down the line you are not able to reach to your optimum level. So once your desire is of getting into the civil services or the coveted goal doesn't happen, you get disillusioned. You do not know why, and nobody is there to tell you why you are getting wrong. But in subject like mathematics, there is a way out, because and then the teacher can very well understand that what are your fault lines, where do you where you have problems. So we have our sheets, we have sheets on every chapter of the whole mathematics optional, and so we can understand that if you know those sheets, and if you know the underlying philosophy of mathematics over there, then definitely you will be able to understand that what is the need of the examiner, what is the depth that is required. So it's not just about trying to, because UPSC picks from many number of books, and especially in subjects like mathematics, maybe about 60-70% question may be easy and things like that, but after all 30-40% question which everybody who is going to get an extra edge. So first thing is that first you have to bring the base to the level, then you have to go a notch higher, and then you get the score that you want to. So on this note, I just wanted to, I have been quite voluble in this video, but point is that first knowledge, what we call in Hindi, pehle shiksha, fir pariksha. So if you do not have that robust understanding, no amount of test series or test will be quite fruitful to you. So first knowledge, primacy is a knowledge, then certainly testing, either UPSC test in the final exam or the test papers will do. So on this note, I would like to thank everyone. Thank you.